Welcome to the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute inside the Leader Studio. I'm Luis Campillo, president of the CHCI Alumni Association, a former public policy fellow, congressional intern, and scholarship recipient. Joining us today is Marty Durbin, executive vice president of government affairs at the American Petroleum Institute, also known as API, and CHCI 2012-2013 graduate STEM fellow, Danielle Lind, whose fellowship is directly supported by the American Petroleum Institute. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me here today. So, Daniel, tell me a little bit more about your experience so far with the CHCI Fellowship Program.
The CHCI Fellowship, I truly see it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that's been granted to me, and I'm very grateful for API and CHCI for this wonderful opportunity. It's the chance to meet so many influential Latino leaders, high-profile individuals that are exacting change across the country, and to learn exactly how that change is exacted through the process of government of this country is just so unique, such a great experience. I really believe it's allowing me to continue on my professional and personal goals as well. So it's just a wonderful experience, and I encourage anyone else to apply to the program as well.
That's great. So can you talk a little bit about your experience before coming to DC, before the CHCI Fellowship, and also sort of the impact that this new experience, being in DC, getting to meet some of our partners, some of the decision makers, how has that impacted your current experience and your outlook for your future career?
I'm an engineer by trade. I went to University of Miami, got a mechanical engineering degree, and then I went on to pursue an automotive engineering degree from Clemson University's International Center for Automotive Research in South Carolina. And I've had several internship experiences, and I've really tried to diversify my experiences in order to become, I see myself, my goal is to become a leader of innovation in the transportation and energy industries throughout my career in the next 10 years or so. So I saw this opportunity with CHCI to work on Capitol Hill, to be sponsored by American Petroleum Institute as an opportunity to gain that public policy experience as to how those industries, transportation and energy, are governed, are regulated, how all of the laws that affect the industries are made. So this fellowship has truly educated me in that sense. I feel that I'm much more knowledgeable about how this whole process works in this government. I feel that it's a responsibility. The fellowship has really taught me and the other fellows a responsibility that we all have as young professional Latino leaders to be as successful as we can in whatever field that we go into in order to be the role models for the future generations that are following us. I mean, that's one thing that's really been pushed. And
so you can do well and you can do good at the same time.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's very motivating, very inspirational.
Great, thank you so much for sharing that. And Marty, how does it feel to have one of the young people who your company, the American Petroleum Institute, is helping sponsor and guide through this process? Can you talk a little bit about why your organization contributes to CHCI and what the partnership has been like?
No, absolutely, Luis, and thanks for inviting me to be part of the program here. I think API has been participating with CHCI for a number of years now, and we see it as incredibly valuable for us and for the industry on several different levels. Number one, we're a technology-driven industry. So the focus the CHCI has been willing to put on STEM education, and which is what kind of attracted us to the idea of funding an API STEM fellow. But beyond that, you've got the demographic shifts in this country. So, the Latino community is a growing community and growing in importance, and not just in numbers, but they're already a significant part of our industry workforce, and we see so many more opportunities there to help grow those opportunities. In fact, one of the projects that Omar last year was able to work on, we've just completed a study identifying the employment opportunities for African Americans and Latinos. That's just great. In the upstream side of the oil and natural gas industry. And they're significant. I mean, incredible opportunities there. And we did the study in such a way it was both quantitative and then qualitative to help identify what are some of the barriers to the Latino community or African American community even thinking about the oil and natural gas industry, as an option for employment. And what we found right up front, the biggest barriers, they're not even aware we're out there. So there's real opportunities on our end to help paint the picture, and then we look at a group like CHCI, the fellows here, and of course the members, the members of Congress. I think the other thing that makes CHCI so valuable and so important to groups like API is that the members of the caucus itself, they see the organization as value, so they engage, and they're a critical part of the operation. So
great.
we're very pleased to continue being a part of the CHCI.
That's great. Hey, Marty, you talked about the one of the reasons you give is the impact that your support has on young people like Daniel. You also talked about how something that differentiates CHCI from other organizations is the commitment that not only the staff but the members of Congress have to the organization, and making sure we have this pipeline of Latino leaders. Can you talk a little bit more about your experience working with CHCI as it compares with other organizations? What would you tell somebody who is thinking about looking at CHCI, considering as a potential organization to support?
Well, I would have no qualms. In fact, I do tell other companies and other organizations that as they're considering working with CHCI, that it is very well run, very well administered. Again, I really think the key to that is that if you've got the members, the members of the caucus itself, they know that this is an organization that's going to be their face, out to the corporate community and elsewhere, beyond what they have to do in their day-to-day job. But they've all joined CHCI and joined collectively so that they can help advance the causes of the Latino community. And showing that when they run a program, they run it well. Again, we've had now 4 different fellows, and I think the fellow programs, we've got nothing but good constructive feedback from them about how they were treated, about the experiences they had, the real hands-on opportunities, be it with a Senate committee as Daniel did, or in individual offices. In our particular case, we feel we've gone one step further, so we want them to have that experience, but now we're going to be hands-on as well. And so we bring them back to API to work with us for the last several months of their fellowship and get them working on a specific research project or something that API is doing itself. The willingness of CHCI to work with us on that, and again, some of it just comes down to being able to make the trains run on time. And I can honestly say that CHCI and its staff and the members behind it ensure that happens and make it a truly valuable experience.
Great. Daniel, anything you would like to add as we close this conversation today?
Just that CHCI is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity throughout this fellowship. I'm very happy to be a part of this network, this new familia, and I'm looking forward to expanding on it, to doing my part to expand the program to as many other students who can take advantage of the opportunities as well.
Well, great. That's a great way to end our segment. Thank you so much again for taking the time to be here with us and talk about the experience, the impact that the CHCI programs have. We hope you tune in for the other segments that we have so you can learn more about CHCI and the leadership programs that it provides to Latino youth.